Hey everybody, happy Sunday, happy Sunday. I hope everybody is having an amazing Sunday. I am here, I'm about to go, I'm at a location to do a photo shoot. I'm like super duper excited. I'm super excited. Hair is not quite done yet. Still have a couple things to do, but I'm super excited, and I was getting ready and I was thinking about kind of what I was going to talk to you guys today about. And I didn't really process it. I was driving and I got here and I was like, okay, what are we going to talk about? And I'm at this location with all this cool artwork. And the artwork is all about, it's very like powerful. It's very like powerful pieces, and I'm not going to give it all away because I'm about to go do a photo shoot. Like, but it's very powerful kind of artwork. It's very cool. And I was getting ready today and I was like, okay, like we're gonna like kind of embrace the I don't want to cuss on this video, but the badass. Like, let's go and act sexy and and have some fun and just kind of just enjoy myself. Like, I'm gonna go and just kind of play up the sexy because I'm feeling like I'm loving my outfit. I'm liking my makeup. It's cool. And I was thinking as I was doing that, how recently I've had lots and lots of people talking to me about like, oh, well, that's not nice in their coaching. Like, that's not nice, or that's rude, or I'll hurt that person's feelings and things like that, which I'm very soft-hearted. I don't, of course I don't want to purposely harm somebody. Like, you don't want to do that. I'm not saying like be mean just to be mean. However, a lot of times we think that being powerful is bad. We think that owning our power, we think that standing up for what we believe in, speaking our truth, being maybe a little bitchy or maybe a bit of an asshole, is bad. Now, here's the thing, like, we can go out of our way to just be mean, and that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about you stepping into your power, you being a little, hold on, you guys are covering me up. We're really just talking about you owning the power, and it doesn't have to come out in a mean way, but I think sometimes we worry so much about hurting other people's feelings that actually at the end of the day, what we end up doing is hurting people's feelings more, because we never verbalize what needs to be verbalized. We don't actually say what needs to be said, and in relationship, in our sex, with our colleagues, all of that, when we don't do that, what we end up doing is actually breaking down the relationship. So what we're trying not to do to begin with is exactly what we end up doing at the very end of the day, because we're not willing to verbalize and just stand in our power. I'm not saying you have to be mean to somebody on purpose, but yes, go, here is my boundary, here is my limits, here is kind of what I'm willing to do and what I'm not willing to do. That is a boundary thing. But then also, we think that if we say anything that is a boundary, that it's being rude or that it's being mean. And boundaries are required, guys. Boundaries are required. If we don't have boundaries in our relationships especially, but in our life, then what ends up happening is we get hurt, especially in our sex. If we don't have boundaries, if we don't ask for what we want, if we don't verbalize what we want, what ends up happening is we get hurt. And I know this firsthand. There's been plenty of times in my past where, and I can think of like 5 years ago when I didn't and I got hurt in my sex, and it was not my partner's fault because I didn't verbalize it. There was something that I needed to verbalize and I chose not to. The same thing goes in our relationships. We get hurt when we don't set the boundaries, when we don't actually speak our truth. So there's that. And then we have this whole, our society is very much about being like sexy and all that. Like we talk about it, and we see it in magazines. But the truth is, the second that we particularly as women, so I'm talking to you ladies out there right now, the second us ladies step in and kind of own our sexiness a little bit, what we end up getting told is that we're a slut, a whore. I could go on, but I actually don't want my video taken down for language. But we get told all this negative stuff of like, oh, now you're easy, now you're this, now you're that, just because we're owning our power, and our power is our sexiness. Our power is incredibly sexy. And so when we own our power, yes, we're owning our sexy. And as a guy, you can still own your sexy. It's just in a different way. Power is, and I don't mean power as in like dominating. That's not necessarily what's sexy, but owning who you are, owning your voice, all of those things, that's your power. And so when us ladies really own our power, and not in a like masculine, like I'm gonna force this, but in like a sexy, like, yeah, like I know I'm beautiful. I know I'm sexy. I know I have this beautiful energy. I know I have all of these gifts within me. We get told we're stuck up, we're a bitch, we're whatever, a slut, all this other stuff. And so my message to you guys on that is really to just own it. Just own it. Because the truth is, you get the choice between power and owning who you are, or being weak and never actually stepping into your life. And as much as I talk about sex and relationships, half my coaching is about owning your life. Actually, all my coaching is really about owning your life and stepping out of your comfort zone and owning who you are at a soul freaking level. Owning who you are at a soul level. And so, in order to do that, you have to claim all parts of yourself. So the sexy, the powerful, the maybe sometimes bitchy, all of these elements. And so my message for you going into this week is go and do that. Go take a step into that. Go own who you are. Go enjoy yourself. Play in your beautiful, sexy energy, because we all have it. We all have it. It doesn't have to look one certain way. It's not one certain way. It is just your energy and how that comes across for you. So, anyway, I feel complete. So, on that note, I'm not going to make any announcements today, but you can check out everything going on at addisonbell.net. Other than that, look out for some new photo shoot pictures of me coming up from my favorite photographer, Photography in Wonderland. So be on the lookout for that, and I will see you guys tomorrow for another Addison Unleashed. Mwah!